Unfiltered. Ricky Bo.
Are you kidding me?
Bill Colarulo.
What were you watching?
Bold, energetic, passionate.
What are you talking about?
Philadelphia sports talk that doesn't ask for forgiveness.
You say you're sorry now and everything's great?
97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Welcome in, everybody, to Unfiltered with Ricky Bo and Bill Colarulo. As always, Savannah Kelleher behind the glass. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to do a little Phillies talk to start the show because, believe it or not, we're less than 50 days away from the trade deadline in Major League Baseball. Phillies are sitting here at 39-29. What do we have with this Philadelphia Phillies team? You saw them win 10 or 11 games out of 12. Then you see them lose 9 out of 10 games. Now they bounce back and they have a nice series against a good Chicago Cubs team. But what are they? And the reason I'm asking that with about 50 days to go to the trade deadline is we're starting to see some trade rumors coming out. We all know, even if you think this Phillies team is a good team, you know they are missing some pieces. They're missing pieces in the outfield. They're certainly missing pieces in their bullpen. So what we want to know today, how much do you want them to go all in at the trade deadline? Do you want to see them give up the farm? No prospect is safe. Trade whatever you got to trade to fix the bullpen, to fix the outfield. Or do you look at this baseball team and say, you know what, they're too flawed. Real Muto's getting too old. Harper's never going to be 100%. Players are struggling a little bit. I don't believe in them enough. Keep your prospects. I don't want to have what happened after 2012 where you go 10 years without Red October. I look at this team, and even with all the issues that I just mentioned, I want them to go all in, Ricky Bo.
All in.
All in,
All
man.
in.
All in.
Really? So you'll give away Painter, Miller, Crawford. You give away the farm.
I will give away everybody. And
you're wrong.
For one reason. Because of how good the starting pitching staff can be.
How big of a – really? You want to? Let's go to the starting pitching right now. 2 weeks ago, they had starting pitching depth, right? Right?
They did.
They had all their starting five with Nola in there, and then they had Painter and Abel ready to come up, blah, blah, blah. Now, all of a sudden, it's a little bit more shaky than it was. And I'm not saying it's terrible by any stretch of imagination. Wheeler's been really good. Sanchez has been really good. Ranger's been really good. Luzardo's kind of been crooked.
And he came back yesterday.
He had a great game yesterday, and I'm hoping that continues, and that's the guy we see. So I'll give it 3 3/4 after that.
And I have some good news for you.
Now, Abel, I don't know.
But I got some good news for you.
Yeah.
I was reading something today. The way the NLDS is set up this year.
Yes.
And I know we got to get there. But the way the NLDS is set up this year, there's going to be an extra off day. So in a 5-game series, guess what? You need 3 starters.
You know why they did that? Think about it for a second. Because how many times have you seen in the playoffs a team doesn't have enough pitching? That's why they did it.
And that's going to help the Phillies.
They're doing anything to help out these teams like there's no tomorrow. But it does help a team that has 3 strong pitchers, absolutely, 100%.
And you just mentioned 3 for the Phils. That's why I'm saying go all in. You got the starting pitching to win.
But you're saying all in. You go all in where? What are we talking about here? You have to formulate a plan. You have to be able to look at it and say, I need a center fielder, or I need a left fielder, or I just need bullpen help. Which is it? What is it that you want to go all in on? I understand going all in at the trade deadline. I understand let's push the prospects all in, because what is it about for an ownership group? It's about trying to win the championship is what it's about. You have to weigh your options and say to yourself, okay, if I get rid of the farm, that means I'm going to have to keep buying more players every single year, which is basically what the Phillies do anyways. So that wouldn't surprise me. I would give away one. I would give away one top prospect. And by top prospects, I'm saying Abel, Painter, Crawford, Miller. I'm not giving away Tate, the catcher. In
He's young, too. I mean, he's young. Eduardo Tate you're talking about.
I'm not
right?
giving him away. I'm not going that deep into my system and losing somebody that I'm probably going to need in about 2.5 years.
It's interesting, though, that you threw Painter in there. Because I would say when I'm looking at –
I don't want Painter to go.
But you would be willing to.
He's going to be first ask.
And you'd be willing to, though, for him. Because I'm looking at Major League Baseball's prospect rankings.
One.
Tate's number 4.
I already know the one I would get rid of. And it's one of those 4. That's all I'll tell you right now. Well, you don't like that, do you?
I actually don't want to protect any of them.
So you're basically invisible. They're invisible.
I would, if I'm going to protect anybody, it would be Andrew Painter. And the reason why I would say protect Andrew Painter is because I'm hoping that he's going to be a part of this team come July or August and heading into that postseason run. Andrew Painter can be a part of it. If Aiden Miller and Justin Crawford, and I know Eduardo Tate, who's still in single A and he's only 18 years old, they're not going to be a part of this postseason run. So I'm willing to trade them away if it means you can fix. And you ask me what I want to fix. If I could get an outfielder, whether it's an everyday center fielder with some pop from the right side of the plate, whether it's a left fielder with some pop from the right side of the plate, and a solid, high-leverage reliever that can come in late in games that you can rely on. If you could get an outfielder and a bullpen arm, and I'm not just talking about any bullpen arm. I'm not talking about the Tanner Bankses of the world. I'm not even talking about Carlos Estevez like he got last year. I'm talking about a guy that's going to come in that you fully believe in those big, high-leverage situations, because October is an entirely different story. I'm trading any of them away, Ricky, because I think if you get a right-handed bat in your outfield and you get another bullpen arm and you have the luxury of all this starting pitching that you can maybe slide some of those guys into the pen, and you go Wheeler, Sanchez, and either Luzardo or Ranger or even Aaron Nola if he comes back, and who knows, maybe even Andrew Painter, you can win any series with 3 lights-out starting pitchers.
I think one of the starting pitchers goes. One of those 2 are going to go if the Phillies are all in and they're literally like jumping on this. I think either Painter or Abel. I do not think both.
Now, Abel.
And by the way, think about this for a second. Wheeler is signed through 27. Nola is signed through 30. Sanchez through 30. Luzardo is probably going to get a contract here if he continues to pitch well.
I would hope so.
So that's 4 starting pitchers you would already have signed through 27.
So I'd be willing to trade Mick Abel. I don't know, though. We'll have to see how Abel pitches over the next couple of weeks, how much value
you need him to get back to average.
We need him to pitch pretty damn well so that you could turn him
I don't
for something
even know
good.
if you have to go that high. If he pitches to a 3 ERA in his next 4 starts, I think that gets him to be extremely tradable.
So Abel would be tradable. I mean, obviously right now I know Andrew Painter had the rough outing in AAA the other day, but he still has a lot of value. And it feels like Aiden Miller, even though he's come back down to earth a little bit in the month of June, and Justin Crawford are going to have a lot of value. But I look at this team. I look at the starting pitching that you have right now. Harper's not getting younger. Turner's not getting younger. You're not going to have JT next year. There's no guarantee you have Kyle Schwarber next year. So we don't know what this team looks like a year or 2 down the road. I think you got to go all in this season with this starting pitching staff, with this lineup, and you got to fix one position in the outfield, and you got to bring in a bullpen arm or 2. And you know what I want to do, Ricky? Because I told you a lot of trade rumors are circulating. We're going to get into some of these rumors because there's a lot of names now that people are putting out there that the Phillies could be interested in. So I'll give you some outfield targets potentially. You tell me if you'd be willing to make those moves. I'll give you some bullpen arms, too, that some people put out there.
All right.
And we want to hear from you. 610-632-0975. How much do you believe in this baseball team? Do you believe in this baseball team enough that you want to see Dave Dombrowski go all in before the trade deadline? Because I had some people come at me on Twitter saying, what are you going to trade your prospects for? You're going to lose in the postseason anyway.
But think about this for a second. You look at Aiden Miller's numbers, 235 in AA. 6 home runs.
Well, he's still coming back. I mean, he's still working his way back.
He's playing shortstop.
Oh, Aiden Miller. I thought you said Andrew Painter. I'm sorry.
Aiden Miller.
I thought you were talking about Andrew Painter. Well, Aiden Miller, he started out on fire. He's just come down a little bit.
A little bit at 235? I think that scares people away.
What, for trade value?
Yes.
He's still ranked up there. I'm looking at the prospects. Number 1 is Andrew Painter. Number 2 is Aiden Miller in AA. Number 3 is Justin Crawford.
Who is playing lights out when he's healthy.
Doesn't have power, though.
No power.
And he's another left-handed
But he's
bat.
a number 1 or number 9 hitter in this Phillies lineup.
Well, I want to hear from we'll get into it because I want to go through some of these trade targets and I want to see who you'd be willing to trade.
Savannah's going to yell at us in a minute, so we might as well go to break.
I'm sure. But you can get in on this conversation. How much you willing to sell to get the players we think we need to put this team over the top? 610-632-0975. Also, we got a little fun sidebar topic I want to get into on the other side, too, because we got the anniversary today of a couple of cool things that happened in Major League Baseball that I think may be the toughest things to do in all of sports. We'll get into all of that. This is Unfiltered. 97.5 The Fanatic, NBC Sports Philadelphia.